Coming up next to the mic is a sister who let me know on Facebook some time ago that she actually had a piece specifically prepared for Storytellers, so I'm honored by that. Coming up next to the mic is a sister who was here last month, and I hope that she continues to come month after month. Love her spirit. Everybody please give it up for HanaLyn, y'all. Give it up.
Good evening.
Good evening.
All right. So are we still at 2? Okay. So I'm gonna since he mentioned it. So last month I was here. I'd been meaning to come, and just every month something was coming up. And last month Quill was featuring, and I said to myself, whatever happens, regardless of whatever else is going on, I've got to be here for Quill's feature. And I came, and it was standing room only, and it was a phenomenal night, and so of course I had to come back this night. And when I wrote this piece, and I've been saving it for a whole month, which any poet knows that's very hard to do, because as soon as you finish a new piece, you want to run right out and perform it. And I said, no, I'm going to wait until Storytellers, because I wrote it. It was inspired as someone was speaking, and I was listening to their words, and I was hearing music. And this poem is called Quill Song. He speaks jazz, syncopated melodies suspended in mid-air, sultry blues and greens exploding into manic yellows, playing words like instruments. His voice is a saxophone, speaking notes off the page. Listen to the trumpet pleading and the bass pulsing and the hi-hat punctuating, thought words coupling with each other, throbbing staccato impregnating the silence with songs of spirit. Can you hear it? He is the quill dipped in flamenco sketches, speaking Miles Davis into empty space, notes rising off the page like cool mist. He is some kind of blue. He is the polyrhythmic prayer of street corner musicians, cases open to catch spare coins tossed carelessly by women in high heels and coached too embarrassed to stop and listen. He is Beale Street telling all its business. Did you hear? Did you hear? Did you hear how Charlie Parker ran naked through the hotel lobby? Did you hear that melodious thunk, that Webster funk, that bebop, that fierce patois murmured in the back rooms of Bourbon Street, the griots and Jimmy's chicken shacks getting history lessons to new generations, asking, do you remember Clifford? He is more than a poet peddling his pain on paper. He is the alchemist, spinning syllables into gilded sonatas, jazz-infused breath-turning words over in his mouth, transforming this hoarse language into delicate, free-form hot jazz, racing through his veins, fingers cascading over ivory keys. He speaks with Armstrong fire, bending words into West End blues. He is jazz, painting Marsalis images on the air, raw oranges and sunflower yellows, tripping off his tongue. I have never tasted sound so sweet. And my eyes have heard the story of the music that he speaks. This poem is called Speak Life. And I wrote it a couple of years ago, and I wrote it at a time when I'd been going through like the same situation over and over again, and always kept like coming up against the same thing. And so all of my poems I was writing about the facts of the situation as they were, and nothing was ever changing. And I was like, well, I'm just, exercising my feelings, exercising the feelings by writing them out, and at a certain point I realized, like, I need to stop writing them because I'm giving them power. Even if it's true, even if this is the situation, I keep giving it power to continue because I keep putting it to paper and I keep speaking it into existence. And I need to stop speaking the facts the way they are and start speaking the truth of what is meant to be. And from the moment that I did that, like everything changed, the whole situation changed. And things are in a completely different place from where they were. So the poem is speaking to the power of that, the power of words, and the power of affirming and manifesting your own destiny. So, lately situation's been so complex that Complex sued for copyrights. So, I borrowed a page from Com's old notebook, and I left writing. Not wanting to commit to paper acts that had been committed, not wanting to acknowledge facts too cruel to be admitted, so my pen remained silent. Swelled up with words about to burst like a man trying not to come just yet, but unwilling to make love to memories that I would rather just forget. Thoughts flow like seeds to the tip, still trying not to come too quick, but when you're in that deep, be careful of the seeds you sow, for what you sow you shall reap. And when you're in that deep, be careful of the thoughts you sow, for what you sow you shall speak. Which is why women use oral contraceptives to keep from giving birth to the bastard thoughts of unwed minds, because we speak life. So I stopped writing. Not wanting to write the story being told to me or pay full price for the lyrics being sold to me, I became mute, suffocating inside my own head, grasping vainly at a thought swimming past me, struggling to be said, but thinking it better that they should drown instead, not wishing to give voice to pain, because I had written my life in poems and I wasn't liking what I read. So I hid behind someone else's words, recited lines from someone else's poem, because it's easier to act out someone else's script than to write your own, constantly aware of where I'd been, the past consumed me. Grew up like weeds that choked new words before I could form them, besides new words were just old words, recycled in new sentences, besides the meanings never changed, and I grew weary of writing poems in which the lines were merely rearranged. I had tried to forget you, and how to write new poems when every night I resurrect you, stand before an audience and breathe life into your memory, bleed ink upon these stages, but still can't find the words to write new poems upon these pages, so I stopped trying. Thinking there would be time to write tomorrow, I took a night to rest. But today, I know it's time to write tomorrow, and lay the past to rest, to write tomorrows that right the wrongs of yesterday and give new life to all the dreams that yesterday miscarried, buried in the past with old poems and old tears. For this year, I do not spread my ink carelessly across the page, leaving my words abandoned with sadness and rage. And this year, I choose my words consciously, and with conscience leave my thoughts to lie lovingly upon the page, and then speak life. Tentatively, I introduce myself to my voice again, and after, marry new thoughts with new emotions and give birth to laughter. That's right.